I've made it a habit sitting on my front porch for the last month or so. I don't do anything in particular, really. I just kind of sit there and look and feel. I think it's one of those things that happens when you start to get older. You become more aware of everything around you. You become more aware of trying to take some things in and to listen. Simply something is the changing of the seasons, the wind, the rain, the snow, the beauty in nature and the people that interact in it. And as I was sitting there Friday, I thought of something I'd read a number of years ago. It was about the human heart. And it said that there is an instant between heartbeats that we are neither dead nor alive. We're suspended and we simply exist in time as something that's part of the whole of the universe. And as I sat there and thought, I thought, that's where real joy and real gratitude comes from. Hi, I'm John Jerkowitz, and welcome to our weekly motivation and inspiration if you choose to be inspired. I almost thought of canceling today's broadcast because Friday afternoon, when I finished sitting on the porch, I got up and went in the living room and started to tidy up a bit, and I turned TV on. And it was then I found out about the horror, the terrorism, the death that occurred in France. Now, if you're a parent or you're an aunt or an uncle or you have anybody close to you that's a child, one of the things I thought of is those 100 people sitting in that concert hall in Paris. Mom and dad give them a hug and kiss goodbye. Off they go to a concert. And suddenly that's the last interaction, that maybe last moment of joy they had with them. I finished tidying up and I thought, gosh, this is terrible. And my phone rang. It was my son, Matthew, and he was out of breath and he sounded worried. And he said he was on the way to the emergency room because my granddaughter had been taken from school in an ambulance to the hospital because she passed out in the ladies' room. It's only 10 years old and in the 5th grade. Running a high fever, throwing up, all the stuff that goes along with it. Worried. I thought, boy. So you can imagine how I felt. She's my only granddaughter and my oldest grandchild. So I sat for a while just wondering just what the heck is going on. By the way, she ended up being okay. Really bad virus. And the thought struck me many, many years ago, I believe back in 1988, 89, President of the United States, George Herbert Walker Bush, in a State of the Union address, talked about 1,000 points of light. And to me, that's always been 1,000 points of hope and 1,000 points of joy. Some terrible things happened over this past weekend. We all lost. But what we can't do is relinquish the joy and relinquish the hope. What we can't do is give up. And yeah, I'll admit to you that this morning I feel a little guilty being joyful and happy and hopeful. But if I'm not, what does that portend for the rest of the world? Yeah, it's difficult some days. It's difficult living in that space between where we have true knowledge, true hope, and true joy. So I hope you have a good week. And if you don't, I hope you wrap that good week in gratitude. So I'm John Jerkowitz, and I hope you have a really great day. Goodbye now.